Hi, everybody. This is Gary Dean with Sentiment Timing, and this is our technical video report for Tuesday, October 21st, 2025. There's really nothing to go over tonight. We had, we really just went nowhere today, just back and forth. We closed the day basically where we closed yesterday. And really, the only thing to update would be probably the pattern. So here, I showed you I had an A, B, C. So the way that this is going, because there's nothing that's really impulsive here. So they're all overlapping, say, waves. So there's nothing that's really big on it. So the way that I have it right now is this was our wave A. We had an A, B, C, wave B, and it came right to the 100% marker. So that's our blue B. And now we're making our wave C here. And if we're just measuring where we went, this would be the top of this pattern right here, right at the 67, 65, which is pretty much where the other highs were. Now, do we have to come down first and up? We'll see. If we head up and we get above here, I do believe we're going to be, making it up to the 6,800. I just believe that's going to be really the destination here. And I'm still on the side that it's not really going to matter all that much. It's going to be short-lived. And when it's up there, I'm going to continue to do what I did today. Once we got, near the highs, I simply wrote some call premium on the S&P. We ended up, we made a little bit, nothing crazy. I think we made $1,600. So it was, it wasn't really that hard of a trade. But in any case, if we do get up to those levels, you can see right here that we already start to have some bearish divergences here. So if we get up there, it's going to be, there's going to be sellers waiting up here. And as I said, I believe this is all part of the topping process where we're making that rounded top. And even if we shoot up and come back down, that's fine. Where I'm not really, concerned. My preferred pattern would be we come up here, touch these highs, come down, and then from there, when we go into the Fed meeting, we start coming back up again. And that's going to lure everybody back in again, because the Fed's going to cut rates by a quarter point, and they think that's going to change the world. But from there, I'm on the side that we're going to be heading into somewhere of an 8 to 10% correction. Now, the one thing that's already in huge correction mode are the quantums. So I was sitting there waiting for the bounce. I still think we're going to get one, and I'll show you those charts. But some of them are down 40% already. This is what I was expecting to happen next week when we start getting the overall indexes that are going to drop. But they've been on puke mode for the last 3 days, and some of them have gone from 58 down to 38 already, and they're getting into buy zones that I thought was going to happen, in the next 3 to 6 weeks, not right now. So I don't know how these are going to react. If the markets end up rolling over too, I don't think they're going to get hit as hard as they did just in the past few days. I think the biggest selling is over, but we could grind lower. So anyway, we already have some bearish divergences right here on the 60-minute chart. You can see right here. This is what's telling me that we probably are going to head up somewhere into that. To the 6,800, possibly even a little bit higher than that, because we don't really have any bearish divergences. So a pullback down to the 6,700 level would make sense. First, the bears are going to have to get through to 6,720. If they do, I believe that the support will be anywhere from the 6,700 down to the 6,673. That would be the area that I'd be looking to buy. Or we're going to come down and test this 6,644, which would just be a back test of this triangle, and then we head up. So there's a lot of different ways it can go. Seeing some backing and filling tomorrow would make sense, possibly closing this gap. And then, like I said, we could end the day up tomorrow. We have to kind of wait and see how the futures open. I know Netflix missed. They were down 70 points or something like that. So, I don't know what that's going to do to the NASDAQ and the overall markets, but we'll have to keep an eye on that. So upside, I still think 6,800 is going to be very hard to get through. And down on the support level, you really want to keep an eye on the 66.85 down to the 66.74. Below that, then we're looking at the 66.46. IWM, again, when it was down today, it moved, it came down and kept going, then popped back up. And we're really just consolidating here. So if the bulls can get above the, these highs right here, at the 248.43. It should have a clear run up to the 251.20 area, 29, and then the highs. And if we get above these, then I'm looking at the 253, 255 as the next upside targets. But if it's not able to get up there and things start to get ugly, I'm really anticipating that we're going to see IWM trading somewhere down in these levels here, which would be a great buying opportunity. And that's it. But right now we have this open gap at 243. Maybe they're going to come down and try to close it. We have to wait and see. But above the 248.50 level, I believe we're heading up to the 251 and then up to the 253. So let's take a look at some of these quantum stocks. And again, this is why, I was mad that I got out early on this thing when we made this rip, but it went up, and right here we this thing is down. We're almost doing a 50% retracement from this low here down at 13 up to the 58, and this is all in a matter of a couple days. So this eventually, what I think would make the most sense on this is we find support somewhere around here, and then they give us one of those face ripping short squeeze rallies. It comes up here, and then once we start to drop, this is actually where I believe we will end up, probably by December, somewhere between the 28, say the 29, down to this, the 23. This would be a great buying opportunity, but right now, I think they're going to have to shake out some of these shorts. It's been way too easy for them, exactly how it's been way too easy for the bulls up here. So if they start zooming up, we're going to get a little bit of a short squeeze. I wouldn't be surprised to see them testing up at the 50 area on that, but we're going to kind of have to wait and see how things goes. I would wait and make sure support holds before jumping in. So let's see what plays out tomorrow. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you guys in the morning.